Hey guys, I'm over here at this store called La Bodega. They bought 4 refrigerators, 1, 2, 3, and a small one. We've been here a couple hours. I didn't feel like videotaping. I didn't feel good because the manager wasn't here and it was only the lady and she didn't know if it was okay. So anyway, basically on this machine they had no lights, so we were able to open up here and fix the lighting. It was just a bad wire nut. The wire was just hanging in there. Then over here, this one was a bad blower cord. We tested it and the guy shipped us a new blower cord right here. See right here, for the, it's a pigtail for that blower. We didn't know that until we tested it, but he sent me a bunch of parts before we got here. And then on this one right here, this one we just did, this had a bad blower too, but it was only a bad wire inside the compartment here. So this one is fixed, it's got light. This one is fixed, it has a blower now. And then the one on the end was the easiest. We could not get, there's a little indicator that tells you the temperature right there. It wouldn't go on. So the manufacturer got on the phone with us and said, turn up the Freon knob. It's not open enough. It's not past a certain point. And we did, and that thing lit up. That was easy. Okay, so anyway, what we got here, to open up the panel so we can show them what we got. So basically, now what we're doing is, we didn't have a blower on that one. The other one was easy. It was... these guys aren't wire nutting this shit right. But anyway, that blower is working. We finally had permission to video. So we got this one left to do. So basically, we would plug this in, there was no power. So what we did was, we checked this female outlet. Let me see. What?
I went to unplug it so I don't...
Yeah, go ahead. Anyway, there's an outlet under here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there it is, I think. We plugged it in and we checked that outlet and it has 120, but we didn't know if it was just a bad connection on the female or the male. So we opened this up and we checked underneath, and the power under here was getting nothing on the end of that. I'm sorry guys. So anyway, we checked the female, which I'll show you a better view, and it had 120. So then we opened up this and we checked inside there and it didn't have 120. So basically we came down to the point that it's either this end right here or it was a female. Even though the female receptacle had power, it could have been the receptacle, because look at these funny contacts, guys. You know. So anyway, I'm trying to videotape. Oh, there's the socket. Yeah, I can't get a picture of that fucking socket. Anyway, let me show you what the sockets look like. There's one over here. See this socket guy right there? Those guys are sockets. That's what it is. They're weatherproof, waterproof. There's one right under here. So it's right where my finger is. Yeah, right there. So that could have been bad. Even though there was 120 there, it could have been bad. On that other one over there, it wasn't that. The other one over there had a bad wire. And it wasn't connected right. These guys aren't wire nutting this shit right. Anyway, what we're going to do now is, what we did was we plugged in this whip. We plugged in this whip right here. And we plugged it into that socket right over there. And we got 120. So we know it's the whip. It's probably got a bad connector right there. So because we knew it's that, we're going to take the blower apart and we're going to put a new whip on it, and hopefully everything will be alright. On the other one, on the other machine, it had a wire coming right out of one of those wire nuts. We found it, Vinny found it, we put it on and the blower went. Same thing with this case right here. This one here had no lights. It was the same thing, a bad wire nut again. Different wire nuts, but same old shit. They're not wire nutting right. They're wire running with very little cable, and they actually broke the cable, huh? Yeah. All the stranded wire was broken. So anyway, I'm glad it's not the outlet, because we would have had to unwire Under here's the outlet.
It's in between the framing.
Oh, the outlet is in
You have
between
to
the
go
framing.
through here, I think.
We would have had to gone through here. Thank God it turned out to be
Just the whip.
the whip. So we're gonna get this blower opened up and change this whip out. Just to give you guys an overlay. There's 1, 2, 3, and number 4. Can you believe it? All 4 units, guys, had a problem. This one had no lighting, bad wire nut.
Oh, it was a bad batch. That's what he did
Huh?
say too. The guy did say it was a bad batch.
A bad batch?
Yeah.
Oh, he did say that they had a bad batch of. Leave it open until we're done, just for the hell of it. You never know. If you can. Anyway, this one had a bad blower, but it was a wire nut like the lighting on the other side, and the other one had a bad display, and we were able to fix that display by turning up the Freon or the refrigerant knob under the guidance of the manufacturer. So anyway, these were all supposed to be tested. They did say they tested it, but they come from Florida, guys. That's a long ways, so you know a lot can happen to the unit. Anyway, we're just in a store here. It's just basically a market called La Bodega. And, okay, Minnie's gonna go get some tools and then we'll see what we can do. I had to move they weren't even ready for me, guys. I got here, and when we got here, there was just one guy opened up early and he had to go do, I don't know what he did, but I moved all the sodas because these were all pushed together and the pallets were there. So me and Minnie got that moved, and then we were able to first get into this one because we needed, the sodas were blocking it. We got in that one first, found the wire nut. Then we went over here and couldn't figure this one out at first, so we gave it a break and we went back to this one. We got that wire nut fixed, and then we went to the Freon. They're 3 hours ahead, so we were able to get a hold of them early. We were here real early. We had somebody open up for us because they wanted this done before the customers start coming in. Anyway, this one, we went back to this one and we opened up the blower, like I said, and we tested it, and this whip was dead right here. So I think it's this right here. Like I said, it could have been the female, you know, just because it had power, it could have been the female. They sent me a lot of extra stuff. They sent me 2 females and 2 males right here. What I'm going to do, because they said they're probably going to use me here in California quite a bit whenever they have a case come in and there's something wrong with it. So I'm making an extension cord out of this. I'm going to solder these ends together, and that way on one end I have a female and on the other end I have a male. And with that being said, I'll be able to plug in. See, I could have tested this a lot easier if I had that extension set up. I could have plugged into the good socket over here with that whip, and I could have just jumped it to this guy and make sure everything was good. But you know, this is the second time we're opening this up. One time was to check it, and then now to replace the pigtail. So. Okay, this is a watertight fitting, and we're not sure how to break that loose. So he's gonna fool with it a little bit and show him the nut. So he's gonna have to play with it. It's got some prongs in there and it's expanded. Maybe if you loosen it, it'll take the expansion out of it. I think you might tighten it within itself and then it expands like a plug. Anyway, I'm gonna let him have some time. He's got the blower all opened up. If we have to take it all the way off, we will. But you know, take this pan off all the way. All right, I'm gonna let him think about this cord here. We've never touched one of these, so. Okay, Vinny got it out. Basically, he just Googled the number, the connector number on it, and he was able to locate that connector. And then once you locate the connector, you can see how it works, because they didn't send us an extra one. So if we break it, we're done. So anyway, he Googled the connector number and looked at it, and he was able to see how it goes in and out. So we're lucky. So now he's going to finish disconnecting the whip, and then we'll put everything back together. Okay guys, Vinny's got, oh hold on. Okay guys, Vinny's got it all wired up. He even taped it, and this connector opens up right here. so we can put it on last. We don't have to run wires through it. But he's taping his wire nuts, and he's going to plug it in right there, and then we're going to give it a little bump to see if it's going to work now. So
You'll be fine right now.
all right, so I'm just going to give it a bump, okay, Vinny?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to leave my phone here, and I'll give it a little bump, okay? Just a bump. Ready?
Yeah.
On. Cool. Good job. Alrighty. It's working, guys. He's going to bundle it all back up and get the blower back panel. Here, can you give him a view of what's in there, but don't scratch my lens?
There's the electrical box. Let's see, right in there. I got the cover down here. Gonna feed the wires back in there. Curl them around and then shove them back, then put the cover back on. Once the cover's back on, make sure these wires haven't been undone. And put that up there and put some screws through it. Here you go, Dad.
Alright, thank you, son. Alright, guys, I'm going to let him get at it. We just bumped it to see if it was going to work, you know, because everything's loose. We don't want to run it. But we bumped it just to on and off, and it worked good, so that's good. Alright, guys, he's got his wires all tucked in there and layered nice now. He's got to squeeze that guy, and it pops it in something like, oh yeah. Maybe a little closer to the box. Almost. Don't let the box go.
Yeah, reinforcing it now.
There.
Almost. One more time towards the box like you mentioned.
Do it right on those fat parts. There you go. One more time. Push it with your fingers.
There you go, that's one clip.
It's almost in.
There you go.
There it is, guys. Looking good. Let me get a picture of that. Okay. All right, guys. It looks like now we're gonna close all this up, and we'll turn it all on and make sure all the lights are working. Let's let them get the bottom put in, and we'll give it a test. All right, guys. He's got the bottom lid on. Looking good. Now we'll close up this panel and we'll run it for a while and make sure everything is good. I just want to put it on video.
Always with the company.
No worries. On this one we had a lighting issue, correct?
Yeah, so
this one's done and lighting's fixed. And then on this one, this had a blower issue and she's doing good with a new pigtail, but all coming out the sides.
Okay.
And then on this unit over here, we had a blower problem. This unit here, we had a blower problem, and it's all fixed. That I showed you that one before. Yeah. And then the display. Let me show you what it was on the display on the fourth one. All it was the refrigeration Freon or whatever it was.
No, was a display.
It was two things.
Yeah, that wasn't working, but it was because we opened up the valve underneath.
Right. But he's saying the display wasn't working on this.
Because this display, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
The valve needed to be open.
Yeah, that display, that one where it tells you the temperature.
Yeah.
It was because the Freon wasn't open enough. Yeah. So once we so we did 4 units, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Gotcha.
All right. So are you good with this one? Then we'll take it all apart.
I mean, yeah, that's.
Take it off.
Yeah, it's working out.
Yeah. So we're all good.
Now we're just gonna see
Get it
once
work?
they connect the Freon in.
Yeah.
See if it works.
That's right.
properly.
So you're
Right.
gonna have your guy with the condenser come out now, right?
Yeah, we just waited on the. I mean, well, he was waiting actually for the answer on this one.
Yeah.
So he could bring the compressor.
Okay.
And once he brings it and connects it, make sure everything's
Okay.
running properly.
Okay.
Sweet, sweet.
All right, then we'll clean up. We bundled the wires all back up the way they came from the factory with the zip ties.
Yeah,
We got everything in there.
Oh, this
Got
one's
that. What is this? Vinny,
One of the locks.
Oh, Vinny, one of the locks are out. Drop it. Just undo it. Yeah,
Okay,
go ahead.
got
Drop.
you.
That's
I
the
got
ground,
it.
isn't it?
That's a ground. I can
Yeah,
see it.
we'll drop that right now and put it back.
No problem. Let's see.
Okay, guys, we thought the clip was supposed to go on the inside, but it's supposed to be on the outside. It's a ground clip. If you look on every one of them, there's a ground clip. You can see the ground clip right. You can see the ground clip right there. They're all four of them are on the outside. He thought maybe that they went on the inside, but they don't. So we're good. The clip for day. Okay, everything's back in order. We got them all pushed back together. Do you want any help with that, or you are?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna get rid of them.
Okay. Okay, guys, we're here. We're leaving now. This is the store right here. It's called La Bodega. Let me see if I can get a shot. We're in Fullerton right here. This is where we're at. Vinny is parked way over here. These guys here tried to sell us a skill saw. I told Vinny to make sure it's not his. They have it in a bag right there. I'll see if I can get a little video. Yeah, it's in that pet bag. No, you can see the skill saw box right there. Brand new box right there. Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna head out of here.